And
Shador, here we come. I don't understand how we're going to get him at the fifth pick right now, bro.
Shador, yes. Well, there's already reports that Dion said that he's going to be, not publicly, but privately, he is going to tell teams not to draft his son.
I'm hearing stories that he's going to go to Dallas.
I mean, but like, I think, well, with all the fucking shit after every Raider loss, I don't know, man. It looks like it's very heavily, like almost like something almost like a unforetold type thing that's already like it's already written. But I don't know. We'll see, man, because it's too many coincidences with that shit. But we're gonna see, man. I mean, today was a better game, but just still at the end of the day, man, it's just wow. Too many injuries, too much shit going on with this team, and didn't expect much more, but damn, it was. And then of the day, we lose again. I guess for some people that was really good. You know what I mean? One step closer to that draft pick that they want. But I don't know, man. I think it was we were there at the end and we broke coverage at the very end. We still had a chance. You know what I mean? The defense couldn't get a stop all fucking game, and that was just a product of that at the end. You could see it. Like we could have had a chance to fucking pretty much rectify the whole fucking game of playing bad defense with that one stop. You know what I mean? But it just, just like the rest of the game, couldn't get them off the field. Not one punt from fucking Miami, dog, and it's just very, very little bit of fucking possessions too. I mean, as far as the offense, I liked our offense better than what I've seen in a lot of these games because shit, I think what do we have, like 6 possessions and we scored like in 4 of them.
Yeah,
4 out of the 6 possessions we scored on them, and I know at the end, you know what I mean, it wasn't shit. Like, I mean, we were already down 2 scores and shit like that when he did throw his interception. Shouldn't be throwing interceptions at all, but yeah, it was just defense couldn't get off the fucking field, man.
Yeah, it just sucks that we're on a 6-game losing streak.
Could not get off the fucking field, and I hear some people saying about Patrick Graham too. Like, that's a big fucking question mark too, man. I mean, cause shit, man, like you can't get off the field not once all fucking game. The team couldn't get off the field one time. Could not fucking force one punt. That's bad, but
yeah.
I mean, as far as the offense did look cleaner. The offense did look like what we were supposed to kind of, I think, look like a little bit where, I mean, you take what the defense gives you. You know what I mean? The running game still is worse shit. I don't know why they're still running fucking Zamir White, but as far as like they had plays that were extensions of the runs. Like you seen the little wide receiver screens and shit that we're getting to Jacoby Myers. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? You've seen those, kind of the extension of the run game. You've seen kind of Madison even, catch a little screen pass that broke for a bunch of yards too. But you've seen the offense just not as predictable. You've seen them executing better. I don't know what it was, but it's just, you know what I mean? You had plenty of other chances to score. And I know that they could have been better in the red zone in the first half, but I mean, as far as the offense, I did see it a lot more smoother, I would say. You know what I mean? I mean, especially, you know what I mean, that they're getting the ball to who they need to get the ball to, which is, Brock Bowers. You know what I mean? He's your number one, weapon. Use him like it. You know what I mean? So that's smart of the new coaching staff. I mean, I'm not saying that the old coach that wasn't taking advantage, but like you've seen this week, they made an emphasis, like they can't guard him. You know what I mean? Even when, like they say, like even when he was guarded, like he was open. You know what I mean? So I seen better offense. I mean, hopefully, I do want to see, even better. You know what I mean? Because that run game still needs to get better. I mean, I seen in some cases too, and it wasn't even like the offensive line much this week, bro. Like I seen more of like it was literally like at least out of I don't know how many times fucking Zamir ran the ball, but I guarantee you he in every single run, he ran into one of his own players. On every single one, every single play. If you go back to in that game and you look at every single one of his runs, he's running into the back of one of his players, dog, which is ridiculous at this point, bro. Like he gets the ball and he wants to hit the hole. I understand, but damn, bro, you gotta have some type of patience, read your blocks, nothing. Like, and he's just like a dude that, like, I don't know what it is, bro, but it's like, and that's one thing I will criticize with today's fucking probably offensive game. Like, why are you still running him? Like, Madison was effective, a lot more effective than him, and I don't know. I just think I know he got hurt towards the end, but even before that, they just weren't. I think they weren't utilizing him enough and they were utilizing fucking Zamir too damn fucking much.
Well, like I'll talk a little bit more about the numbers and talk about Zamir and stuff like that, and then Madison had damn near the same amount, and it's crazy. But let's get the intro in, and then we'll get going about that. Welcome to RaiderNation Live. I'm your host, Lo. We got already Gabe in the building. Coach Gravy. If y'all don't know, I know there's only 20 people in here, but Coach Gravy had a stage 4 liver disease, and he has been waiting for a donor, and he finally got one, and he actually went through the surgery and stuff like that, and he's successful. He already called me already. Came out of surgery, I believe, on Friday morning. So he is a lot better. He's on his way to recovery. So he's probably not going to be here for the remainder of at least like the last 4 to 5 weeks. You know what I mean? So he'll just be me and Gabe. Probably have some guests on and stuff like that. But yeah, man, if you guys can, send some prayers out. Reach out to Gravy on IG, whatever. Show him some love and stuff like that. And really, really appreciate it. It's something that we knew it was coming, and we just didn't know when because of the situation and because of the way it works. So yeah, man. So shout out Gravy, man. Speedy recovering, bro. You know what it is. All love and shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, but he wanted us to do a show. We didn't do a show on Thursday. We're all busy and stuff like that, and then he had to take off. So we will continue on the show. Me, Gabe, will just be moving forward with that. So anybody want to get on the show, man, hit me up on IG, whatever. We'll chop it up and we'll have a good time. Maybe we'll probably have a few guests and stuff like that come in on, on these Tuesdays and Thursdays, yeah. And then also
bro, you guys thought Gravy had energy before to go like 4 or 5 hours in live, dog. He's gonna be going 24-hour streams, dog. Now, bro,
let's go.
When he gets back, definitely gonna be doing 24-hour streams. He's gonna be like Tyson.
I'm gonna literally hand over the fucking podcast to him and say, bro, just do your thing, bro. Just fucking go live when you're asleep, bro. I don't even care.
Gary's gonna be fucking. He's gonna he has a new lease on, shit. Dog. That's just that's awesome, dog. That's awesome. Like, that's cool. Like to see that he's gonna be, you know what I mean. Everything went cool and everything, all of that stuff. So now it's just the recovery, and after that, bro, shit, Gravy's gonna be fucking. I ain't going to recognize Gravy by this time next year and shit.
Nope. Yeah. So anybody that talk bad about Gravy, good luck. That's on you. That's on you. Nah, man, but thank you. Like we always tell you guys on this part, be thankful for what you do got, what you don't drink and drive. And man, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna get to the chat and we'll chop, and then we'll get back to the whole running game stuff like that. That's what we're talking about. I'll make another announcement, a little more people in, but yeah, man, just prayers out for Gravy, bro. All right, on T6, first person in the building. What up, Low, Gravy, and Gabe? And he says over and over and over, Ward. All right.
I don't care. Like I really do like Ward over him. You know what I mean? Just that's been my preference the whole time. But Shador, just the connection with Shador right there is just, to me, like I'm not going to be mad at it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be mad at it if we get either one of those two. But it just seems more likely for that. You know what I mean? Because of I don't know, just the direction that we're heading in. I don't know, like it just seems like too many coincidences, falling into place with the Brady, the thank you God after every loss. Like it's just too many coincidences. And then, kind of like them being at 5 right now, and Dion kind of opening his mouth saying that he will, not publicly but privately will, talk to teams and tell teams not to draft his son. You know what I mean? So because he does want his son in the situation that, that he feels best for his son. So like it's just a different situation with those two, dog. And I just feel like if anything will happen, and like if they're trying to facilitate that to the Raiders, then I mean, shit, good for us. To, to be honest, because I mean, if it makes it easier for us to get at least that guy for because he is one of the considered right now one of the top two quarterbacks in this draft. So like, I mean, shit, I'm not for damn sure I ain't gonna be mad at it.
Nah, either way. Yeah, let me finish getting to the chat real quick, man. Cool Kev in the building. SoCal South. Shout out to you, everybody. Luis, what up? What up, bro? Salute to you, man. Everyone's showing love. Loco 6 in the building. John B. The run game still sucks and defense regrets. You ain't even fucking lying. Battle 559 in the building. Zamir has no cutback. Everything's head on, no vision. Yep, you ain't lying
No
about
vision,
that.
bro.
Jonathan Seven, what up, bro? Laura Rashida's in the building. Raider Alex, what up, bro? Salute to you, man. Hey, Raider Alex, keep with those little fucking memes, bro. I fucking love that shit. That should be cracking me up all the time. User, what up, bro? Bro, come on now. I don't even want to talk about that jockstrap shit. It's so stupid.
Oh man,
That
fuck.
was
Dog.
so bad.
Respucia
Oh,
ass and
bro,
shit.
come on.
That shit was
How you
embarrassing, dog.
doing?
That shit was like a bad night for boxing that night. I mean,
Hey,
the
thank you.
fights before that fight were good, but that fight in particular was embarrassing for boxing.
Yeah, it was horrible. Shit, Auntie Six, Joel Lee, Joel's in the building. Look at Six, just sink already. Andy Garza, what do we got to lose? Average offense, poor defense. What can AP do next? What can AP do next to improve our team? I'm gonna lock that in, Arnie. Well, I'll bring that up a little bit later. I like the Browns, as you know that Gravy was right here, right now. He'd be questioning how those Sanders or Wards. Oh, bro, you ain't even lying, bro. What up, bro? Salute to you. Do you think Max is targeting the refs for political views? Stupid. Raider Biggs, what up, bro? What's up, pal? Pow. Love, fuck with you. What's up, bro? All right, man. All right. The question is right here. Okay, so Arnie, I'll answer that question right now. But before I started getting into chat, we're talking about the running game. So let's go over the numbers real quick because Gabe made a good point. He said that basically Zamir White was running into every single player. He had 5 carries for 9 yards, 1.8 yards per carry.
I think he had 4 of them. 4 of them he ran into one of his players. I guarantee.
Yeah. And then Alexander Madison had 5 carries for fucking 19 yards, 3.8, man. So it just.
But how many? But he also had reception yards too. No, Madison had like 50 yards reception.
Yeah, that's what. Let me see. Yeah, 3 for 50. So he put up fucking 70 yards. Put up 70 yards with the ball, bro, in his hand. But then he has an ankle injury, and I think that's why he had they started Zamir over whatever, whatnot. But
no, he got an ankle injury in that. Off of that, like it was like one of a screenplays. I think like he ran the ball, and like you seen when he got kind of hurt, like he kind of spun off of a tackle. He kind of spun off of a tackle, and then he got hit, and you could tell that's where he kind of hurt himself.
Okay. Yeah, Ernest, what's up, my Gravy? I just mentioned it right now, but Gravy went through his liver transplant, and he's doing good. Talked to him today and stuff
Successful.
like that. Yeah, successful as of right now. Successful
as of right now. Yeah.
Yeah, as of right now, he's good to go. I actually spoke with him. They finally, you know what I mean. He's breathing on his own. Everything's good, man. So you gotta just put prayers out for him, man. He's on a road to recovery, man. So yeah. So
sure.
Alex said, well, at least we didn't get blown out. That is true.
I mean, it was a game, bro. Up into like, I mean, we had a chance to stop them. It was 3rd down, and they fucking, just a boneheaded fucking, I don't know what it was, miscommunication and all of that shit on that play. And I don't know how Jonnu Smith got that fucking open for that 70-yard touchdown. But I mean, we were right there. But once again, just the defense today just looked bad. I mean, they couldn't stop nothing, bro.
And then Jack Jones is down too. And then fucking
Jack was actually playing pretty damn good today. You know what I mean? He was getting some good tackles, making tackles, coming up, making some tackles and shit. But yes, I don't know, man. It's just the injury bug is not kind to us this year, that's for sure.
Nah, at all. Jonathan 7 says right here, I trust AP to take a young quarterback draft prospect to the finest strip clubs in Vegas. That's it.
I mean, if that's what you believe, man, hey, fuck it. I mean, I just think that we're gonna be I mean, right now, I mean,
and shit.
as much as we want to win, I mean, these losses are putting us in a better position to draft. I
Yeah.
mean, because I didn't see us. Today was one of those days where I
Oh,
could say, they were out there trying to win. I just thinking that, some bad plays, especially in that first quarter with that fucking 3rd and 20 after a fucking big play by, a guy that hasn't showed up pretty much in his 2 years. He gets a big play on the first drive, makes it 3rd and 20, about to get him off the field, and then you get a fucking defensive holding, get him a first
mhm,
down, and they score. You know what I mean? Which that was from the beginning. You know what I mean? That was probably going to be the only time you could probably get him off the field or kick a field goal, and it was just you couldn't. And then it was multiple times that shit happened, and we can't do that, dog. Like we were in that game, but you've seen how we're down so many players, and just even the players that we do have, it's are iffy. You know what I mean? You've seen how today we were also down fucking our best corner in that's played this year, Ja'Cory and Bennett.
yep,
Nate Hobbs was down. You know what I mean? We were out there with, fucking Darnay Holmes, and what I mean, fucking and DeCamarion Richardson, which they didn't play too bad, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? It's just that's how far down the depth line, the depth chart we are right now, and it's just no excuses or anything like that. We were in that game, but that's something that you can't, when you're that far down, your depth chart, you can't have those mistakes. You
hmm,
can't have those fucking mistakes. And yeah, it's just
it's too
today
good.
was cool. I mean, Brock Bowers, the offense played a lot cleaner, I think. But yeah, it's just you can't have those mistakes when you're that far down the depth chart, dog. And especially the only thing I would say as far as like coaching today, I would just say the Zamir thing, because I think as far as like time management and all that shit, I like the way that that he was using his timeouts and shit like that, and that type of stuff. AP, he went for that field goal and before halftime, because I mean that kept us within one score and all of that shit throughout the whole game. That kept us within one score, even had us with a chance, I think, at the end of the game. What I mean, to go out there and maybe win, but we couldn't stop them. But it's just the way it was, man. I just think we're just that bad of a team right now, but hopefully it can just get better. You know what I mean? So just build off of that. I mean, our defense does for sure have to get better, dog, because we have the Broncos next week, and the Broncos are playing
They're playing good.
pretty good right now. Pretty damn good right now.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out Turf, man. Salute you, brother. Hopefully you have a good one. There's a lot of good comments in here. I'm gonna get to a few of them right here. Arnie Garza basically said right here. I like what he's put right here. He's saying draft Sanders, Pat Shermer as OC, sign T. Higgins, draft Johnson out of Iowa running back, resign Kuntz, Morik, Hobbs, Spillane. Does that sound like a great offseason? It does. It does.
I mean,
But
I think with that, even with that though, like you can resign those guys and still have, with the money that we have, you still have money for even other guys too after that too. Like that's the thing. That's what I like about this offseason. Like if we could get that and more, I think, like, because I think it's like with the players that he just named, you know what I mean? I think you're still gonna have, the ability to go out there and maybe even grab some offensive lineman help. You know what I mean? In this free agency class too, dog. So I just think that it's a big free agency and draft class for us this year, but we have the ammo for it. I think we're gonna have the ammo for it.
so for me right here, I believe we have a lot of ammo to get a lot of this stuff, and I agree with you right there. Um, but what Arnie was saying too, I've never seen you around here, man. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel, man. I appreciate you. It says, but what do we got to lose? Average offense, poor defense. What can AP do next to improve our team? I think personally, right now, he's gonna have to ride the wave, bro. Just like all of us, you know what I mean? Because the simple fact is, dude, everybody's hurt. Everybody's fucking hurt. Our secondary is fucking all backups. Running backs, basically, you're showing that they are backups. Our offensive line, our scheme, everything has been pretty bad. The fucking Parham was getting tossed around. He looked bad, so he's probably injured and still just trying to push through. I know James wasn't out there doing this thing, whatever.
Offensive line, I didn't think played too bad though today. Like I would just say, because we scored on what, four out of our first five fucking, 4 out of our first 5 drives. You know what I mean? I think our offensive line didn't play too bad. It's just our run, run game for sure has to get better. But I just think that has to do with a lot of the running back situation too, and how we're using them. And it's just, fuck, man, it's just yeah, that injury bug has been hit us hard this year, but it's just yeah, man. It's we're at I think in a bad spot right now, but we'll see if we can learn off of that shit. I think
Mm.
I do for sure like the not so much like predictable, like it wasn't predictable today. You know what I mean? I just think that like, and even when it was predictable, like you weren't going to players that like less of a players. Like yeah, it was predictable, but you were going to Zamir White. You know what I mean? That's what they were doing before. Now, even if like the defense knows that you might be going somebody, but you're using your weapons. You like today. Like I think there was multiple times that they probably knew that they were going to go to Brock, but Brock is a weapon, bro. Like he's a special player, and regardless that's one of those guys that even if like that's gonna make you a better offense just by the probability of it being catched. Or like when you're going to Brock Bowers, like instead of fucking Zamir White out of the backfield, or what I mean, when the run game's not working, the probability of it working is going to be better. You know what I mean? So regardless if it's like a play call that the defense might know or whatever, like it's just there's special players out there that just that they just want the ball more, and you've seen that shit today from Brock. Dog, Brock's a special person, and so I just think that the play calling was just overall just better to me. Like I heard some people maybe say like that, like, especially I think it was Josh too. I think Josh he was tripping on one of his posts today saying that like it wasn't Getsy. I guess it wasn't just Getsy. Like nah, Getsy was the biggest problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This offense did show a lot of difference from what Getsy like and ran with the same plays. That's the crazy part about it. Ran with basically the same type of offense, but just way more smoother. You know what I mean? And throughout the game, not just your first 10 plays. You know what I mean? So I just think that was way better. It's just we're just not good enough at the end of the day.
Yeah. I like what Jonathan 77 right here said. During the bye week came out, GM thought that the roster was overhyped. He came out, GM thought the roster was overhyped. I think he let AP dig in his own grave, let him run this year with his guys. And then 123 in cap and 10 draft picks. Telesco's going to rebuild. Okay. They got us tanking right now. They had us if we're tanking, we're at pick number 4. Jacksonville, Tennessee, Cleveland, and us. So I don't know what Cleveland's going to do and whatever or not. But I mean, at this point, I don't want to look that far ahead because a lot of people are excited about this us playing like shit. I don't like it. But when people are saying that we're gonna get rid of AP and he's in over his head and all that stuff, in my opinion, personally, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure a lot of people said that not Ben Johnson, what's his name from Detroit, was in over his head. The head coach. I really don't believe he is, bro. Me personally, I think we just have not a good team. Our team isn't good, and we have no solid quarterback. That puts a strain. No good quarterback puts a strain on everything. When they scored on us, we gave up the ball very, very fast, and they scored on us very, very fast. This game was drawn out. Both sides of the ball on the offense were holding the fucking ball for a good amount of time. The split on the time of possession was 26-33. You know what I mean? So across the board,
the first half was 4 possessions basically. That's it. 4 possessions. Like it was just basically literally 2 possessions each throughout the whole first half. And even in the second half, the Dolphins had a big long ass drive for a touchdown, and it was just we could not get them off the field, dog. Every time they had the ball, there was a long drive and minimized us to just less opportunity.
Yeah.
Less opportunity to be on the field, and it was smarter there. They had a good game plan now because that shit worked because I mean we just didn't have enough time. You can't, you know what I mean? And our defense just played like shit. Run defense was letting up at opportune times, dog, and then especially in that last drive, you know what I mean? You let That's just the way it goes. You know what I mean? The whole game you're playing bad, and you have one opportunity to play. You could basically write that whole game good. Your defense could basically write off high if you get that one stop. And nope, you had to have that fucking boneheaded fucking just stupid dog. It was just couldn't do that. Can't
Yeah.
do that, dog.
So Big's asking a question right now. I said, do you guys trust AP developing a franchise quarterback? That is a good question. That is a really good question.
I trust that they're going to bring in a guy that's because I for sure think that's not going to be Scott Turner, as the permanent guy. So I do I have faith in that they're going to bring in a guy that's going to, because if there's a plan, like, which I do think that there's, it looks like it's pretty obvious that there's some sort of plan going on. So I don't think Brady is going to bring in somebody like, because I think I also even heard a report saying that Brady will be involved in, I think, 90% of shit moving forward too, of like, of the
Yep.
teams, of the teams, how the team's going to be moving forward. So I just don't think Tom Brady, especially if he has if it's his influence that's kind of bringing him over here, especially if it is Shador, ends up being Shador, he's not going to bring in, I think he's going to try to put Shador in the best situation possible, because it kind of like reflects on him, because he's the one that's supposedly training him, in his college years, on the off time and shit like that. So I think Brady will probably try to bring in or they're gonna ante up any money that they can to bring in the next big name or whatever for like offensive coordinator.
So then, okay, so if that's the case, then, and this is one of the bigger things that I've been stating this whole time. For me, I think personally, if Tom Brady was going to be in 90% of the fucking involvement and stuff like that, and I know it takes time with the owners meeting and stuff like that, why isn't he bringing somebody in now? Is he just waiting? So he just he's calling the season a wash. Why is this guy all of a sudden going to be 90%? What? So now he's the voice of Mark Davis? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I
So
just
that
was the thing.
yeah. So that's where it's like,
But the QB search, okay, yeah, that's okay. QB, you'll be like invested, I guess, in 90% of the team decision of the QB, the QB moving forward.
Shout out Loon. Loon always got that information, bro. Shout out.
But
Loon,
I think that right there though is just, I think it's not a bad situation for us, because if he's going to force, Shador here, I'm for it. Like, as much as I don't think Shador is the best quarterback, I do think he's one of the top two. I mean, I do think that he can be, a good quarterback with the right development and all that shit. But I also think if they do end up getting their guy here, they're going to try to put him in the best situation also too. Mm-hmm. They're not going to bring in a guy that they don't feel comfortable, especially with all the shit that, with that, the Dion shit, like him saying that he wants his son in the right situation and all of that shit. Like, I pretty much, I think that that's going to be like something that's going to be big, you know what I mean? And I also heard that, that Dion said that he would love for his son to play under Antonio Pierce. You know what I mean? Like, it's for his son to play in Vegas and Antonio Pierce, because he thinks highly of Antonio Pierce. So I did see somebody earlier put like about the rumors of like, maybe Prime coming with Shador, but I don't think that Prime is going to coming to the NFL. I mean, and I just think that that's going to be. I think there's a plan there, dog. I just think that there's too many coincidences, and I think there's just a certain plan there that there's just too many things pointing that Shador will be the next quarterback of the Raiders, dog. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but there's too many things pointing at that.
Yeah, Loon says right here, Shador posted another video. Thank you, God, after our loss to him. I think they're just doing it just to fuck with us, bro. I think I not saying anything bad about Loon, bro, or anybody like that, but it's like I think they do this shit to intentionally like keep their, keep them like, engaged, you know what I mean, and like keep their name out there, you know what I mean, especially with a fan base like ours, bro. We want that number one guy. We've been fucking waiting for that number one guy, bro, forever, and we just haven't had a chance. So it's like, for me, when it comes down to the whole, do I trust AP in doing that? I'm gonna say I'm like 60-40 right now. I'm going to give AP the benefit of the doubt because I don't see anybody on this staff right now that's going to be able to connect with Shador. Now, if we bring somebody in to connect with him, and then, if Brady has somebody in mind or something like that, and they bring a whole new offensive staff, what they're going to do, which is going to be probably one of the bigger things that's going to be on the, going into the offseason and what they're going to do, that's going to determine. That's like the whole thing with fucking, what's his name? With Kingsbury. Kingsbury didn't fucking want to come in and fucking coach fucking Minshew or
No,
Aiden O'Connell. You know what I'm
because he
saying?
didn't
And
have
I
that
remember
draft.
saying,
I think if they had the number 1, if they had the number 3 draft pick last year, I think Kingsbury would have took that 2-year deal.
yeah.
Kingsbury would have took that 2-year deal, fucking like nothing, because he knew that he would have had a possibility to get his guy regardless. You know what I mean? So I just think that's going to be a big thing of bringing in a young guy, young name and shit like that too. Because if you got a young name out there, these coaches, bro, like, I hear some people out there say, like, who's gonna want to come and coach here? Who's gonna want to coach? Like, bro, like, the thing is though, what people don't understand is, like, sometimes with these coaches, bro, like, especially if you got a number 2 pick or you got the number 3 pick, and there's a coach that can make his situation better, get paid more, and come and because these dudes believe in themselves. All these fucking coaches, dog, like, they have a fucking they have big ass fucking egos. They're, especially these coaches that are in the NFL, they obviously feel like they're going to be the smartest guy in the room. So it's just like, these guys are going to believe that they can come in and get a talent like that and make their situation even better. Like, it doesn't matter, I think, of where it's at, because there's been plenty of situations like that where, like, nobody wanted to go to fucking to the fucking Washington Commanders, dog, because that was one of the worst franchises in fucking recent history as well. You know what I mean? But they got the opportunity to draft, have a lot of salary cap, and coaches will be like, you know what? I know I can make that shit work. You know what I mean? Because they're going to have a quarterback and they're going to have money to possibly, because I know that they're going to have to revamp their offense. I just think that I think it's a very, very good opportunity for any coach, coming into, like, our situation next year. If especially if we get a top pick, I think we're going to have a very good opportunity to get who we want as an offensive coordinator. I think that's what it depends on, though. Like, if we're in the situation that offensive coordinator could see that we're going to be able to draft a guy that they can mold, I think that's gonna let us be in, like, have leverage in that situation when we're trying to hire our next offensive coordinating staff.
Talking about coordinators and stuff like that, Rick Al, shout out Rick, bro. He has a question. He goes, is AP gonna fire Graham? And you had mentioned something about that. And the way the defense is playing, I don't want to completely base it off of Graham's fucking play calling, but that one fucking open ass fucking play to Jonnu Smith, bro, that just shows inconsistency, them not knowing what to do, horrible coverage, horrible play call, and even the fucking announcer stated that they actually run a lot of cover zero, and they run cover zero, and then they expect Palomino, which is a 4-year guy that came off the fucking street undrafted, to be able to cover the whole field, bro. That's insane. And just even when Spillane on that play was actually trying to fucking call, hey, move over, do whatever, we're not. Nobody was listening. We have a lot of secondary, 3rd and 4th, 5th, 5th rounders playing in the background, bro. Playing, and that sucks, especially when you don't got no pressure fucking moving forward, bro. Because Max Crosby, I'm sorry to say, this year it looks like, I'm not saying his motor's not tired, and I'm not saying he's not one of the best players, but the gameplay of everybody else is only making Max Crosby get double, triple, fucking held every single play, and it's just making it so much easier for other teams to score, man, and just make almost Max Crosby look irrelevant. And it sucks like that. Gravy. Let's go. I'm here. Hey, that's a start.
It's just the defense is not looking good, bro. We weren't able to force one punt today. Not one.
So are we gonna? Do you think AP or the Raiders will fire Graham? I'm kind of in the sense of no.
Like, if they fire Graham, bro, it's like I don't like. I think it's like gonna be a totally clean house. Like I think it's gonna be a totally new. Like if they do, like as much as I don't, I wouldn't mind Graham gone. But I think if they do end up getting rid of Graham, I think it's just not gonna be. I think it's gonna just be a whole totally new coaching staff as a whole. You know what I mean? They're just gonna bring in somebody whole or something like that, somebody that they're thinking of. But because I don't think that they just end up staying with just AP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think that that's like if he ends up firing, like I just don't think that. I think that if one more coach has to go, it's probably going to be the whole coaching staff at the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, it won't once. Yeah, once. Yeah, they're not. There's not going to be no stragglers. There might be like maybe some weight and training guys. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I don't see AP leaving though. This is the bigger thing for me, and when it really, really boils down to it, I don't see AP leaving. I see not necessarily him even being the fall guy, bro. Our team wasn't good because we didn't have a quarterback. Bottom line, we don't have a quarterback. It was going to be a long season. Once we were going back and forth over a fucking 80-year-old fucking 8-year veteran rookie of college, compared to a guy that was drafted in the 4th round and has fucking amazing hair and a mustache, and that's what we're basing off of fucking, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're basing our quarterback off of, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Miss me with that. So it was very, very hard to be like, optimistic saying that we're going to fucking go somewhere and everything like that. And you can tell that AP wants his job and wants to be here and is a Raider, but everyone's getting hurt. We have no quarterback. Offensive line, our number one guy, our Pro Bowl guy, didn't come in until the first game of the season.
Hey, bro, I'll tell you one thing though. Like Jackson Powers Johnson is little by little becoming I don't even think little by little. He's our best offensive lineman right now. Like that dude's gonna be a good offensive lineman, a good fucking center for years to come, dog. Like, did you see him running on that screenplay in front of Madison? That shit was crazy. And that shit was crazy. He was running as fast or faster than Madison. He was like, I was like, hey, dog, that's
a big ass dude.
It's a big dude. Like, I like Jackson Powers Johnson, dog. That dude, he's going to be good. Like, if we can just get some more of those guys, if we can draft some more of those guys in the 2nd round or 3rd round, that's gonna be good too. Like, I like Glaze also. I like Glaze as well. Parham needs to step it up, man. I think he's been riddled with injuries a little bit this year, but I don't know. I think our offensive line played a lot better today, for sure. You know what I mean? They didn't give up too many sacks. I think, and then Minshew, for the most part, was smart with the ball. You know what I mean? Got rid of the ball when he needed to get rid of the ball. You know what I mean? And didn't force anything to fucking, you know what I mean? Didn't force anything to fucking for interceptions up until the end. That's what I'm saying for the most part. You know what I mean? But I just think those were the type of like game plans that we were supposed to have, throughout this year to keep us in a bunch of games. You know what I mean? And it's just also the thing though that's coming back and biting us in the ass are penalties and not being able to get turnovers. You know what I mean? Just not being able to get turnovers though is just that's I think our Achilles heel. You know what I mean? No matter what, it's just not being able to get turnovers. And as bad as as good as we were taking care of the ball, I know that it was late, and I know it was an interception when we were down 2. He was trying to 50, we needed a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, but it's still you're no matter what, you're losing the turnover battle. You know what I mean? Because you're getting goose eggs every game. It's just that's one thing that's been bad for us. One of the many things, you know what I mean? Fucking this year, but. So overall, though, I just think we did play better. I think we played with better effort, and all that shit is just not good enough. Just not fucking good enough.
Yeah. Shout out Loon. Loon said we need guards. Jonathan 7 Studio said right here at RaiderNationLive, sounds like you want to make a Barbie bet whether AP is going to be coaching the Raiders or UFL San Antonio Brahmas. I think he'll probably go probably Brahmas, but no, I just feel that regardless of what's going on, and if Tom Brady's going to bring in the coaching staff and he's been working with Sanders, or he's going to be 90% involved in, him actually bringing in a quarterback, and going to be the one that he's going to do, he already has a plan in play to bring in an offensive coordinator. He already has a plan of exactly what he wants to do, because if he's already stating that they're going to be 90%, he's 90% of involvement. How do you even break that down? So who's going to have the other 10%? Like, that doesn't make no fucking sense to me. Anyways, you either in or you're out, bro. Like, to me, Telesco's gonna have the fucking 10%. So you're telling me that Coupon Tom, what everybody's calling him and shit like that, is gonna say, oh yeah, the most important position, we're gonna have a fucking Tom Brady, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, make sure of the quarterback that we get because of what he thinks? Tom Brady thought that he was going to be a fucking starter in college, bro, and he wasn't. And then he became starter. He was so fucking low on the fucking totem pole, bro. He didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. He didn't know he was going to turn Tom Brady. So how in the fuck is this guy going to be the one that's going to be like, that's him? Motherfucker was drafted. He was the fucking insignificant pimp, bro. And he was behind a fucking quarterback that was actually a fucking number one draft pick in Tom fucking Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe, my bad. So all of a sudden, after all these, listen. I give Tom Brady all of his fucking credit. You know what I mean? I fucking hate to say it. He beat us, whatever. Or not. He's part of the Raiders now. Okay, it's done and over with. Fucking scab pill. Cool, it's done. But all of a sudden, this guy that has certain instincts that you can't give to any other. If that was the case, then why didn't he come in with Carr? Hey, Carr, why don't you do this? Why does he fucking draft Jameis Winston? Say, hey, bro, you got a fucking good ass play. You could play. You can do this. Do this. Why isn't he doing that to a veteran? Why is he going to go turn around and go be a part of a fucking team and then just fucking say, hey, poof, here's this fucking kid that's like, I think is personally going to fucking be the best guy, but knowing damn well that you had to sit back and fucking be behind a player to watch how it fucking goes. You see what I mean? That's where it kind of confuses me in a sense, to where it's like, oh, like the, you know that all of a sudden this guy's gonna change everything. It's just a fucking opinion from the greatest to ever do it as a fucking quarterback coach, but yet at the same time he had great defenses. Bro. He had unknown named players on them defenses the years that he fucking won, bro, that made him look good. And I'm not saying he's not good. Look at Edelman. Look at these guys that fucking you didn't even, Edelman didn't start. He was a fucking punt returner for fucking 5-6 years. People got injured and then they fucking got lucky, bro. So it just, to me, it doesn't make sense that he's gonna come in and this is the guy and this is gonna change everything. Say if we get a different fucking head coach. Say Bill Belichick comes in and we get fucking Sanders and we get this guy and this guy. Sanders goes down game 2. Now what? Did his 90% of fucking, no, I'm just saying, now his 90% of his fucking decision making is gonna say, oh, well, that 10% is Tom's. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make fucking sense at all.
I like it. To me, I like it. I personally like it, because I just think that it's like we need something like this that's gonna let us have leverage in situations like this, though, because that's one thing we don't have, and I for sure will fucking trust. At this point, I will trust his word over damn for sure Mark Davis, and for damn sure right now, as of Telesco's track record in trying to trade up for a quarterback, or his ability to want to go get a quarterback. Right now, I have more confidence in Brady going to choose that guy than any guy that we have back there.
Okay, if that's the case, then if what's the name's never traded for a quarterback, he was always on a team that was so bad. Tom Telesco was on a team that was so bad that they ended up having to draft a quarterback. Looking at the Colts, he was part of that staff when they drafted.
No, I'm not saying that he never was part of the team that drafted a good quarterback. I'm saying he was never a guy that's like that. That's why they call him Coupon Tom. He's never been willing to ante up to go trade up if he has to, or if he has to go make the extra, pick to like, because he values his draft picks and all of that shit and all that. So he wants to get more draft picks than shit. Like he'd rather build draft picks than trade up to go get his draft. That's why they call him Coupon Tom. You know what I mean? So that's like, yeah, I'm not saying that he wasn't part of, the scouting staff that went to go get Peyton Manning, and he was also, part of the staff that got, Justin Herbert, but they didn't need to trade up for that. You know what I mean? They were in the position at 5 they were in position at 5 and shit like that to go get those guys at that moment. So that's why I'm saying, like, right now, I would say, like, if we're in that position, I think that they're both going to come to the agreement that we need a quarterback anyway. So I just think that the influence that Brady has with Shador is, I think that that's what they're talking about, the 90%. And I think the 10% is, fucking just, the other 10% is just Telesco saying, okay, I write off on it. You know what I mean? Like, because he is the GM. So he's going to have to be the guy that, regardless if they're saying it's only 10%, but like, he's going to be the guy that I think is going to make the call at the end of the day. But I don't think he'll go against Brady's call, though. Like, if Brady says, as the new owner, if Brady goes, recommends, like,
he's a minority
been
owner
doing all of this work.
Group. So, okay, then why doesn't Richard Seymour have any fucking say? He's part of the same part of owner. He's part of the ownership too.
Oh, you don't know if he's gonna be like, you don't know if he's gonna have any say so with like the defensive call, or like maybe like a defensive, like maybe like a defensive lineman call. Like, I just think, because I'm pretty sure they said earlier too, he's gonna have the 90% in the quarterback, like, because I think that's probably what they feel like he should have. That I think that that's through the organization too. Like, they're giving him that liberty to have that 90%. Like, I don't think he's gonna just walk in there with only 10% ownership and be like, hey, I'm walking in here with as a minor owner, and I demand 90% of you know what I mean, of whatever, like, whatever the report is. You know what I mean? I think that's the organization telling them, hey, here are the keys. You got most of the of leeway for the pick of our next quarterback. I think that's the organization telling him that. I don't even think it's him demanding 90% of the decision making of our next quarterback. I think that that's Mark Davis and other people in the building saying, you know what, like, this is Tom Brady. Let's tell him already that this is you, so he can feel comfortable in that shit. I really do feel like that's what it is, bro. Because I don't think that it's like him demanding the 90% fucking, decision making in that call.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree, but so this is the thing that was what I'm trying to get at, and that's where a lot of people got to misconstrue. So there's 100% of a pie. He shares 10% with two other guys.
Yeah,
Seymour and the other guy. So out of that whole 100, he his little
that's what I mean.
3%.
What I mean is, like, I even feel like Seymour and like even those other guys that are in that with him for like the 10%, they're even giving him like the leeway, like the okay, like, hey, bro, like, you be that guy. You're the guy. You know what I mean? You're like, right, not say the leader of the group, but like, okay, you are like, I think bro, you see how people talk about him, like former players and all of that shit. Like, they praise this dude. You know what I mean? They say, like, you know what I mean? So I just think that, like, they praise his fucking his smartness and all of that shit. So, like, I just think that guys like Seymour and like that shit probably respect him, and they're like, they're also like, hey, take this shit, like, you make that decision for us. You know what I mean? Because I think that they have confidence in him making a decision. I think that's what it is. I think that they feel like, okay, he's the greatest of all time. They feel like I think that they have the confidence in him making that decision, especially with his influence with one of the top guys in this draft. I think that's the major connection right there. Like, like, obviously he's the best of all time, right? But the thing is, I think the major connection of why they're letting him do this shit too is because of his fucking connection with Shador, and Shador being one of the top 2 prospects in the next draft. You know what I mean? In the quarterback draft. I think that's what it is. Like, hey, try to use all, like, I think that this is like trying to tell them, hey, that 90% is that 90%, like, go use your influence to get Shador here. I think that's what it's mostly for, dog, because I just see too many. That's why I say it's too many coincidence. Like, every Sunday when they lose, like, you know what I mean? The thing, like, the other day when they gave him the shoes, like, he didn't say shout out to the Raiders. You know what I mean? Like, he's fucking in a video saying shout out to the Raiders when they give him the shoes. Like, yeah, like, it's just, I don't know, bro. It's just too many coincidence. And then, like, Prime even kind of singling out, saying that he would love for his son to play for Antonio Pierce. Like, it's just a lot of coincidence, bro. Like, that's all I'm saying.
So for me, that's what I'm saying. So, like, right, Jonathan saying right here, his 5%, his business partner has 5%. Seymour has 0.5, 1/2 of 1%. Okay, regardless of whatever, all I'm trying to say is if that was the case, if that's the case, and if Tom Brady's gonna, they're already looking ahead. So then they're gonna turn around. Basically, they've already told everybody, all right, well, you're gonna be gone, you're gonna be gone, you're gonna be gone. This is what we're doing moving forward. Tom, you're staying. Tom Brady, you get us our quarterback. Whatever, Seymour, you tell us who to bring in defensively. We move Graham up to coach or whatever, whatnot. But I don't. It just doesn't make sense to me. If I'm gonna come into something and I'm looking at it right now like this, like, all right, this is what we got, and I want to be a part of it, but not this year because it's already a loss. Because
What do
this
you
is
mean?
not what I believe in. So I don't believe in the shield. I'm just doing this for business purposes. So him wanting us to win to get more seats in the stand, that's a business move. So if you look at it like that, yeah, he wants this, that, and the third, Shador. But what if Shador says, well, I'm not going with it unless without my dad? There's ways to fucking work around it. There's the whole thing that he doesn't have to get drafted. We can go get fucking Travis Hunter and then turn around, bring him in undrafted. See, but I don't know if they will do those things in order for it to work for them. That's what I'm saying. If you want to win, you want to do all this shit, you would make a fucking player like that. And if you have the influence on it, be like, nope, you're out of here, bro. Don't you go for the draft. We're going to get you Travis Hunter, and we're going to do this, down the third, blah, 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 blah. And this is exactly what we're going to do. You in? Cool. But that's tampering. You can't do that. You can't say that. But yet they're still having, that's what I'm saying. How is it not tampering in another sense where Brady's a part owner, but then yet he still has investments in Shador, but then also has investments with stock, with Fox being a fucking commentator. I know this is what I'm just trying to get at, bro. I'm trying to look at it like overall. How is it?
Brady's a brand. Brady has a brand too, so like he's signed with TB12.
Right, exactly.
That's like signing with Jordan, basically. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like signing with Jordan, but he signed with TB12, basically. So that's Brady's brand. You know what I mean? They can't really do shit there, but like because he can go play for another team, like he could end up going play for another team, and he's still going to be sponsored by TB12. You know what I mean? So it's like I think that. So I just think that's another entity in itself. But I just think that but all of that shit does play well for us because I think that influence. I think he does want to come play for like a fucking organization where he's gonna have like say Brady, the dude that he's probably close with, because of the influence that he has had on him. You know what I mean? Over the years, like I think he'll probably feel comfortable over here. You know what I mean?
So Biggs, this is what I'm saying. He's saying you wouldn't want to have some say if you're a part owner of a company. Yeah, and that was my say. That was exactly my say. That's exactly what I would have done. That's exactly what I would do.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I think that because him being a minority, you know how these fucking companies work, bro. Like as a minority owner, you have to be given this power to do these type of things, right?
Yep.
So like that's why I'm saying like Brady's not in there demanding shit because he's only a fucking minor owner, bro. Like, you know, he came in as a 10% owner with the group. So like he has to be giving these things are being given to him. I think like these things are like being set upon him. Like, hey, bro, you want this? Like, okay, take this. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could be that next guy, like to pick our quarterback. Like, I think these are actually things that they're you know, like I don't think it's more. I don't think it's like because these big ass companies and shit like that. You're going when they have boards or they have multiple ownership, where you know what I mean, like the percentages of owners and shit like that. They have to all come to an agreement. Like, okay, this guy can have 90% of the fucking vote. You know what I mean, or something like that. It has to be like a board meeting type shit or whatever it is. You know what I mean, or come from the top, straight from the top, like Mark Davis. You know what I mean? So I just think it's more of that. You know what I mean? I think it's more of that. Like them. I don't think it's Brady coming in here wanting to be that, just that. Oh, I want to be. I'm demanding fucking. You know what I mean? I'm going to pick the next quarterback. You know what I mean? I just think that's Mark Davis probably saying, "Hey, bro, you bought into this team. This is I'm going to give you this fucking this task." You know what I mean? Like I don't mean it like saying it upon him, but I just think that's what it's more of that.
So my biggest thing is just if he was being a part of it, if Seymour was being a part of the team, and he knew that he was going to come in and stuff like that, why didn't he make the calls now? So then he basically, what I'm trying to get at is that this has all been a setup to tank, and they're going to make AP look bad. It's going to make AP look bad this year. I'm pretty sure they didn't want to lose. I know AP didn't want to lose, but things probably changed. And that's where it's like, You can see it. Why are we not starting Ritter? Why are we not starting other guys? Why certain things aren't happening, but all of a sudden during the offseason it's going to happen? So that means we are fucking tanking, and it sucks. And it's just the writing that's on the wall, and it sucks because us as a fan base, we want to fucking win. But we're going to have to wait a whole nother fucking season because we're out of the playoffs now. Like there's no questions. There's no nothing. I knew we were out of it a long time ago. So it just sucks, man, because we're in this fucking this crazy ass fucking storm of what we don't know of what's gonna happen. We're getting hit waves left, right. People are getting injured. You know what I mean? But two of our fucking cornerbacks are fucking gone. Nate Hobbs is gone, bro. We're fucking decimated. We're decimated, and we're already looking at like drafting, bro. That's crazy, bro. It's fucking crazy, and it just frustrated me to the point because if Mark Davis knew he was going to do this, why didn't AP say, "Hey, da 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 da," or and AP and fucking all of them sit down and say, "Hey, this is what we're going to do." If that's what we're going to do, we're going to do it. You know what I mean? So for me, bro, it just sucks to the point that it's like we're fucking tanking, and that's what it boils down to. That's all I'm trying to say. Us as a fan base don't want to tank.
I don't know, like today didn't look like we were tanking. To be honest, I just think today looked like we try to come out there, we try to fucking it looked like we were playing good ball, dog, but it's just defense couldn't get off the field. They kept sustaining drives, and at the end of the day, we just couldn't get off the field when we needed to. But I mean, I think we showed a little bit more heart today, but it's just I think the injuries showed up again. You know what I mean? I just think that's the main thing right now, and just not being able to get turnovers. The thing about not getting turnovers is the biggest thing, dog, because that's like the biggest equalizer, especially when you're down man and shit like that. Like you got to be able to take advantage of opportunities like that. I think there was a fumble on that. There was a fumble on that sack, right, in that first fucking drive where when Tyreek gets that fucking thing, we have to take opportunities like that. You know what I mean? So it's like we're not able to take those right now, and it's just that's hurting us in the end. And but I mean,
how many more sacks do you need so you don't have to watch the movie?
Oh shit, he needs like 4 more.
He needs 4 more. So John B, this is what I'm saying. Like this is another good opinion right here, which is why are we not trying any other running backs? Is what I want to know. Is because we're fucking tanking. That's what fucking sucks. That's like me being a little bit fucking not necessarily over dramatic, but just looking at everything so maybe everyone can get the fucking bigger picture. Because
but you are seeing though, like I don't know if it's tanking, but I do see a lot of they are using I get it. I do get that point because they are using a lot of their rookies. They are seeing what they have a lot in their young guys to see who's going to be, kind of be held on by this fucking organization, you know what I mean, moving forward, because it's just you see a lot of young guys out there, you know what I mean, playing. So but I mean a lot of them are not even by like or a lot of them are being thrown in there because just because of the injury bug that we have too. But it's that is good, at least that is good fucking experience for the young guys too, and so you could actually fucking perform out there, man, because we're gonna see what we need out of these fucking guys.
So shout out Alone, man. So Mark Davis knew AP would have growing pains. That's why he didn't want a rookie GM and a rookie head coach together. That is fucking a good point. And I agree with you on that completely. So my question is for everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody. We got like 50 people in the building, man. Hit that like button. We're almost going to be out of here very shortly. We're only going to do about an hour, maybe hour, 15 minutes. My question is for everybody, and I want everyone to really think about this. Is AP gonna, if they're doing this intentionally to tank and they have a plan, because Mark Davis said that AP and Tom Telesco have a plan, or Tom Telesco, vice versa, whatever, they have a plan. So was the plan just to do enough just to fucking get a better pick? Because if they couldn't get Cliff Kingsbury, and they're saying that Tom Brady's coming in, so forth and so forth, all these different things are fucking transpiring, stick with these quarterbacks. Go through the pain, go through whatever, but we're going to give you everything that you need. You remember, AP only has a 2-year contract. Tom Telesco has a 4-year contract, I believe.
Yeah, but I think it's like, I don't know, man. I think
that's where it's
getting very. it's getting very to the point where it's like it's too coincidental, too many things. Like where I don't want to believe they're tanking, dog, but I also think that they're not. They're using the young guys and like some of the inactive type of like things. And sometimes where, I mean, you see them play one week and then you don't see them play the next week because they're inactive or something like that, and you don't really see them get hurt during games and shit like that. But they're inactive the next week. I think it's more of like seeing what they got, and I don't see them like. I understand like they're not trying to lose games, maybe like on purpose, but they're leaving themselves not. I think the best opportunities on the field too. Like they're not. I think they could have went with more of Madison, but they want to see if they even want fucking Zamir for next year. Like I think that's it's more of like seeing what they got and like what they have, and I think it's more along the lines of tanking without fucking, with still trying, but just leaving yourself like outgunned. You know what I mean? Like you're outgunned with injuries, and then you are still, and then you're using guys that are like, you wouldn't regularly be fucking out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So as of right now, guys, we're 2-8, six game
I
loss.
love my Raiders. I love the Raiders. Raider Nation for life. I was there today, fucking still cheering in the fourth quarter, like fuck, you know what I mean? Yelling at the fucking TV like always, but it's like we had a chance right there. Like at least they left me fucking, watching the whole fourth quarters this time. You know what I mean? So, I mean, big ups to that. At least that shit. I mean, I hate moral victories. There was none today, but you know what I mean? I'm just saying, at least it had me winning the game and not laughing at the fucking TV like other weeks was embarrassing, dog. You know what I mean? Because there was a couple weeks there where it was just laughing at the TV, dog, because there was so much fucking bullshit going on there. But hopefully we just move forward, just getting a little bit better, dog. I just want to see better execution on the offense. Keep using Bowers. You know what I mean? Fucking Bowers is special, dog. Use them. I mean, I think we've seen enough of Zamir, dog. I think we've seen enough experiment of Zamir. I don't think, bro, we don't need him. Like I just think, and then let's see. I guess what we have in these young guys too. Like I like Richardson. Richardson's not that bad. I like Richardson, man. Darnay Holmes. I mean, I know we got him from the Giants. I mean, he had some things, but it's just they're undermanned today too. Like they were out there a lot. I mean, these motherfuckers were out there a lot. Like they were sustaining drives like a motherfucker. I'm surprised that. I mean, like it was crazy out there today. We were very undermanned, but I mean, that's what it is, man. But thanks everybody for fucking showing up today. Whoever fucking did show up, you know what I mean?
I just want to go over something real quick. Total yards that we had on the Raiders against the fucking Dolphins. We had 328 to 357, bro. I mean 353. Passing yards we had we're damn near right there. Where there's 12-yard difference between us. Plays per yard we're 0.2. We're fucking there, man, but we're not there, bro. And I just think it's time to just understand.
I do like that there was not very many. I wouldn't say that many coaching mishaps today. I would say the biggest coaching mishap was today but I do think that's because of it's trying to see, Zamir got healthy again after the bye week, seeing what they had in them. But I think it was like Zamir, just the too many carries for Zamir today, dog. Like that was probably the biggest thing on the coaching shit, like letting Zamir carry the ball too many fucking times. There was too many touches for Zamir.
So, but shout out Loon for that one, bro. But check this out, man. Kansas City is no longer undefeated, so fuck KFC.
Fuck them motherfuckers.
Right now, Chargers are getting fucking cooked by my boy Burrow. They're coming back. They just tied it up. It's still fucking lots, like a whole quarter of football left, man. But I'm about to light up to my damn self and get ready to just chill. We got work this week. We will be live Tuesday, chopping it up a little bit more. Might have a couple special guests coming up. But like I said, Gravy, shout out Gravy, man. He's gonna be out for a little Gravy. While. Yeah, he just for the people.
Shout out Raider Transplant Angelo. Hey Angelo. You've been through it, man. Gravy just went through his. You know what I mean? Yep. So hey, that's one person. Also, I mean, shit, he's a living proof. You know what I mean? People get better, bad people are shit. Gravy's gonna be He's gonna be better than ever too, man. So hey, shout out Raider Transplant Angelo.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, man, for sure.
Yeah, Angelo too. Yeah, man. Shout out to you, brother. But yeah, Gravy, if you guys don't know, he did have stage 4 liver disease and he did get his transplant. He will be out for about a month, maybe a month and a half, man. So probably for the rest of the season, but you're gonna be seeing him little by little. He might be calling in, whatever or not. But man, you guys send those prayers to him, hit him up on IG, show him some love, man. You know, Gravy is part of this team, man, and he's a part of Raider Nation Live. He is the glue of Raider Nation Live. Even sometimes it's not fucking
Yes,
super glue,
sir.
it's like Gorilla Glue or the fucking
The
Almer's glue at
fucking
times.
dude, dog. That's the
But
fucking. He's that. I don't know
yeah,
what he is.
but
He's like that old resin glue, dog. Like
that
he's
oh
just like.
yeah, he's like that Bondo shit. You got to mix it with this and then mix it with that, and it becomes strong. Yeah, man. So we'll be live on Tuesday, man. We appreciate you guys, man. Hit that like button on the way out. Like we always tell you guys around these places, man, around these parties, be thankful for what you do got, what you don't. Don't drink and drive, man. Even though it's a loss, man, we still got a lot more football to come through, and then the off season is gonna come, man. Black Friday is gonna be next Friday, 2 Fridays from now, right? 2 Fridays from now.
2 Fridays from now. 2 Fridays.
So yeah, most likely we'll change up a little bit when we're gonna do the show. We'll probably do it that Friday, just depending on what time we want to go afterwards.
Well, we
We'll
play
figure it out.
that Black Friday. We play
We
that
play
Black
Black
Friday.
Friday. That's what I'm saying. So we'll probably go
so,
Thursday before and then Friday night. So we'll figure
Oh,
it all out, man.
Thursday's Thanksgiving, so we probably go Wednesday that day.
No,
Wednesday
it's
that
next
week.
Thursday, right? It's not this Thursday.
Yeah, because Thursday is Thanksgiving, then Black Friday is the day after. We play that day, so that Thursday will be Thanksgiving, and then we play the day after. So we're gonna we'll probably go
Thanksgiving's
live
on the
Wednesday.
21st?
Huh?
On the 21st? I thought it was 28th.
What?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's on the 28th. Black Friday's on the
Oh,
29th.
okay, yeah. Okay, well, no. All right, cool. So, anyways, yeah, we'll be live Tuesday, the 19th at 7:00. We'll be here doing our thing. But yeah, so yeah, just moving up. Jonathan 7th, 1,900 subscribers. Let's get to 1,100, man, before Gravy comes back, man. For sure, man. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Man, I still forgot about the subscribers. Yeah.
Hey, share it with a friend. Share it with a friend to share it with a friend, bro. And like, hey, if they're Raider fans, let them know, man. And follow Raider Nation Live, man. Shit, yeah, for sure, man. You'll be helping us out, and for sure, man. They'll get their news right here first, man. Shit, whenever there's some Raider news, we try to put it out, man, and we talk about it.
Yeah.
Let you guys fucking put your opinions on the chat too and everything, bro. We talk about it.
Yeah. You guys got to understand, man. I do want to apologize because we're supposed to be live Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays, man. Sometimes family stuff comes up, kid stuff, this, that, and the third, man. You gotta appreciate. We love doing this, man. Don't get it twisted. But sometimes family stuff comes up, you know what I mean? So it's like it's not that we don't want to be here. We would be here a lot more if we had fucking, a sponsor or some shit to where he pays for us for all this shit. We'll do this shit all day. We'll break down fucking everything, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But that's not the situation. We're just having a good time, man, and just want to chop it up.
All I know is that you will get a lot of us this offseason now because this offseason is going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be real crazy. So, yeah, man, but we appreciate you guys, man. Like we always tell you guys, man, be thankful for everything that you guys do got. We will see you guys on Tuesday, man. And even though with the loss, man, how we always end the show. On 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Raiders! Are you doing the Trump right now?
Oh, shit. That was the Trump.